I'm not carrying this every day, this will probably last a long time. So. So working with this GunSkins wrap here, I wanted to find, first of all, there's a lot of excess material. This is the M4 wrap, so there's, lots of rail sections, grips, side covers for the lower and the upper receiver. And then they give you this extra material here to, I guess, fill in any areas. Well, I want to use this section here, this area here, to try to wrap this XDM slide. And so the first thing I've done is I've cut out this template based off of just a rough measurements of the sides. So, and I'm going to expect to wrap this over the front. So once it's all shrunk down, with the heat gun, it should stick pretty nicely. But I needed something to cut out because I want to find an area on the wrap here that's going to give me the pattern that I want. So I'm going to work on that, and I'll be back in a minute.
Like in the areas that I need to cut. So one of the things that I learned while I was doing this project, and this was the first of 2 projects I did this day, and this was kind of a small project, and I wanted to learn, what I was doing right, what I was doing wrong as I was going. One of the things you'll see here is I'm using a knife to cut the template, and it's the Ontario Rat knife. It's an Aus 8, and the thing with that is it's really sharp, and I wasn't having any problems cutting through the material. But for the finer cuts, I needed an X-Acto knife or some kind of sharpened razor blade type blade. At this particular point, I didn't have one. I did go out later that day and get one. And on the second project, I did do a little touching up that made all the difference in appearance when looking at it afterwards. So anyway, I just wanted to point this out, that I am using a knife, a sharp knife, but a knife nonetheless. And for the detailed cuts, it wasn't as precise as I would have liked. But this was the learning. This was the learning application, and on the next gun I did, it actually came out much better.
So I'm having a little problem with bubbles right here, and it's causing wrinkling. I probably should have heated it up as I was going and stretched it over. But this is a learning process. This may or may not stay on here for very long. But I did want to use this to learn with. And what I'm learning is you want to heat it up while you're applying it. So as you're applying it over areas like this where there's contours and there's shapes, that it can stretch down into there and stick tightly, instead of having excess material all over the gun. So that's one thing I learned. So when I apply it to the AR-15, I will be a little wiser as to how to apply it. So anyway, we'll put it back together real quick and see how it looks. I don't know, it's kind of cool. A little different. You know, if I don't take this out or anything, it's you know, if I'm not carrying this every day, this will probably last a long time. So anyway, I definitely like how it looks. So the learning aspects of it aside, I like how it's changed the appearance of the gun. So yeah, I like it.